Tony with Davey Boxing News. I'm here with Eddie Hearn directly in Chicago as we anticipate another wonderful event here at the Wintrust Arena with Usyk headlining on it.
Yeah.
So fill me in, Eddie. We had a little bit of drama this week. We almost had...
Always non-stop drama. Yeah, we had Tyrone Spong failed a drug test on Monday, so we had to deal with it quickly. That was sent to the commission for their opinion, and in the hands of the experts who ruled that he wouldn't be licensed for the event. Then we got on the heavyweight hunt. We phoned everybody. You've got to remember, we've got probably 15 heavyweights, so we speak to these guys all the time. And Chaz Witherspoon was the guy we were going to use for Dillian Whyte, and Chisora and Gassiev and stuff like that. So he wanted it. Molina, Dweco. It's just a case of getting the right guy. I wanted a big guy. Usyk's making obviously the move to heavyweight.
Sure.
Chaz Witherspoon's a big guy. He can fight. He can punch. So yeah, he's got on the plane and he's here, back to warm up in here tonight. So I think really the pressure's more on Usyk. He hasn't boxed for nearly a year. He's the mandatory for the winner of Andy Ruiz against Joshua. So he's really got everything to lose. Chaz Witherspoon can just go in there and let his hands go. So fingers crossed Usyk can come through.
Any concerns with the last-minute replacement of Usyk, or do you think we could expect a good performance at the heavyweight level?
You'd have to think that Usyk was a big favourite in this fight, but everyone sort of talks about, it's not easy for a late replacement. It's not easy for Usyk, but he spent the whole camp preparing for Tyrone Spong. Now, 4 days, he gets someone that's probably a little bit slower, someone punches harder, bigger. So he's a quality fighter.
Sure. He's got 8 wins in a row.
Yeah. Usyk is a great fighter, and because of his amateur pedigree, he can adapt to so many different styles. Mm-hmm. So I don't think he has a major problem. I just don't think it's ideal for him.
Sure.
Really, in this situation.
Because
to be honest, it's not ideal for anybody.
Of course.
Like you say, Witherspoon hasn't lost for 6-7 years.
Yeah.
He only had 9 fights over that time. He's been a bit inactive, but he's probably never got the big break that he wanted. So I think this is his final roll of the dice.
Yeah.
If he wins this fight, Witherspoon, he goes on and probably fights Wilder and Ruiz and those guys. So he's another guy who's going to fight with that kind of appetite that Andy Ruiz boxed with. When he boxed Joshua, it was like, look, no one thinks I'm going to win.
Exactly.
I'm going to go out there and shock the world. So, we'll see.
On that note, there was recently comments about Usyk wanting to fight Wilder.
Yeah.
Would you think he needs a couple fights before jumping right into Wilder, or would you like to see that happen right away?
Once he has this first heavyweight fight, and hopefully it goes deep into the fight, and I think it will. I think Witherspoon is technically good enough and big enough and strong enough to sort of, we don't expect Usyk to be necessarily a devastating heavyweight puncher. Of course he can punch, but I think. Usyk's going to want to get moving. He's going to get a shot at the WBO world title next year, and then he wants Deontay Wilder. So our plan is to try and make all the fights happen that he wants.
So that is something we could potentially see over the course of time.
I mean, look, I don't think people are going to be queuing up to fight Usyk. He's a great fighter, but if he's got a version of the world heavyweight title, that's the plan.
Sure.
He needs to win a world heavyweight title, then I don't think he can be avoided.
Absolutely. Chance to see Tyson Fury.
Yeah, great.
WWE.
Yeah.
Do you think?
I don't think his wrestling was very good, but I thought it was great exposure for him, and that's what you want. When you're promoting, obviously, the idea is to try and push your profile to non-boxing fans,
sure,
or people that might be interested once they've seen you. I don't think anyone knew who he was, but they do now.
Kind of like KSI and Logan.
Same thing. Same kind of thing.
Get some exposure.
Hardcore boxing fans are a little bit. They're so close to it, the idea of anything that could reach out to a casual market.
Sure.
So I've seen the comments about Tyson Fury. Oh, it's a disgrace. Oh, he made an idiot out of himself. Oh, but
there's a bigger picture.
You've got to look at the bigger picture, because look, their last fight did 150,000 buys. It should be doing 500, 600, 700. So how do you do that? You bring in that casual audience.
Absolutely. Would you say his wrestling skills are better than his boxing skills?
Terrible. Like when you do that pretend punch, but it's his first. He's obviously just rolled into it. So, but he's a character, and he's perfect for stuff like that.
He's got a charismatic guy. He can sell himself.
Yeah.
Let's talk about any updates with Triple G. He had a hell of a war last week.
Fight, one of the best fights I've seen actually up close. He will have a mandatory with the IBF, which is Seremeta, but obviously a lot depends on the plan. It's a tough fight. You know, I want to speak to him next week, see how he's feeling. Maybe he wants to rest, maybe he wants to come back in February. He does want Canelo, of course, but you know, Canelo realistically is not going to give him an answer till after the Kovalev fight. And you know, the whole idea with Triple G is to make sure that he plans his career not around Canelo, you know, but around himself.
Sure.
So that's the plan. Again, you know, people are critical sometimes. Oh, he struggled a bit. Derevyanchenko's a good fighter, but what did he give you? He gave you an unbelievable fight.
Absolutely.
It's one we'll remember for a long time.
Huge war, huge war. Now, with that fight, and based on that performance of Triple G, would you say that Demetrius Andrade or even a Billy Joe Saunders will give Triple G hell, or?
I just think that wasn't the best Triple G. You know, he was under the weather during the week, but no excuses from Derevyanchenko. He was brilliant. He boxed a perfect fight. I think all those guys, Billy Joe, Callum Smith, Demetrius Andrade, you know, they'll want a shot at Gennady Golovkin. It's really up to, just like it's up to Canelo in the Gennady situation, it's up to Gennady in those situations who he wants to fight and which one of those he'd be prepared to fight.
Absolutely. Now, switching gears, we got Bivol on the card.
Yes.
Let's suppose that Canelo gets past Kovalev, and could we maybe see a Bivol versus Canelo at 175?
Makes great sense. You know, two Russians, two great fighters, and of course Bivol wants the better be ever against Usyk, winner as well. Be prepared to do that on ESPN, no problems if that's what it took. But I think if Canelo beats Kovalev, Kovalev will be a DAZN fighter, and that's a fight that makes a lot of sense early next year.
Any updates with Jesse Vargas or even?
I want to make the Jesse Vargas Liam Smith fight, you know, and we've been pushing for the Munguia fight for a long time.
Yeah.
I think if he doesn't move to middleweight, then you know, I think that it's a situation where really he should be fighting. Munguia should be fighting Jesse Vargas.
I don't know if you heard this. Gabriel Rosado made a comment not too long ago saying that Daniel Jacobs can't sell. If Daniel Jacobs is not able to secure a showdown, can we expect Daniel Jacobs and maybe a Gabriel Rosado fight if he can't secure Chavez Jr.?
I like the Jacobs-Chavez fight. It's one we're trying to make, but if Chavez don't want that fight and he's got to really, you know, make his mind up this week, then I think Rosado is a good opponent for Daniel Jacobs in December.
So there you guys have it. Eddie Hearn, once again, I appreciate your time.
Thanks,
have a good one. Thanks again.